been a long time since we've done one of these. So today, obviously I got my plate carriers in front of me. Wanted to go through and talk about plate carriers, particularly from a 1/6 perspective, meaning within Task Force 83 from an assault team leader perspective, such as myself, such as Metal 1/6, Wyvern 1/6, so on and so forth. Now, what you see here, that is pretty much what you're kind of going to see standard across the board from almost every 1/6 in this team. Our plate carrier setups, when it comes to assaulting, are all extremely similar. All of them are designed specifically for us to be able to maintain ourselves out in the field for as long as we need to, and not be able to have to go back, run to base, or run back to our car to get anything. Whatever we bring with us, that's what we've got on us. So both of these are obviously extremely similar plate setups. 3 mags up front, 1 on the left side, flashbang pouch on the right. Now, these particular setups, both of these, it kind of will change up depending on what I might be doing that day or what the team might need that day. Now, to start, the phone case you see here, this is pretty much my standard. Task Force 83, we will occasionally use Blue Force trackers of some kind, whether that's Ares Alpha, whether that's Strike Ring, whether that's, whatever else might be on the market at that time. Being able to have my phone here, one, allows me not to make sure that I'm not going to wind up losing the thing if it falls out of my pocket or anything like that, but also allows us to maintain a spatial awareness of everything that is going on in an event. If our recon guys are utilizing whatever trackers we're using at that moment, they'll go through, they'll update it, radio us on comms, we can take a look at it without having to rely on word of mouth from other teams that might be unreliable, or, situation is always fluid. So of course, things are going to go through and change, but at least with this, we have a general idea as to what's going on before we decide to go through and hit objective. Now, obviously, since this is my second line, we've got to have magazines. Personally, for me, 4 magazines on my carrier has always been the standard, always will be. So 3 up front, that way I can still go proud if I need to. I don't believe in stacking things out on my chest. 1 on the left side, that one is just for, we get out of a gunfight, we're patrolling to the next area, I'm not exactly in a hurry. I'll just go through, grab a mag out of there, load it, do what I need to do. Flashbangs and smokes, always going to be on my right. I'm a righty. So being able to keep that there allows me to go through and I know where my stuff is 100% of the time. Personally, I always believe that if you can't close your eyes and point out everything on your gear, you need to fix something. You either need to fix something or you need to train with it more, one of the two. Now, sides, for the most part, will kind of remain the same, again, depending on what I'm doing here. Now, this pouch here, that is for if we're running our light machine gun. We don't want to go through and give whoever is carrying that all the ammo that he can carry. So we'll go through, we'll split it up throughout the team, and all of us will carry rounds on us, whether that's either in a pod, whether that's in a bag, in a general purpose pouch such as this one. I usually have one on this carrier as well. I've just taken it off for now. Now, right side. Again, virtually the same thing, like I've said. Flashbang and smoke pouches are going to remain the same no matter what. Now, back here, I've got a separate radio pouch. I do run dual comms at times, just to be able to not only communicate with my team on the fly, but also with any higher command element that we might have that we may need to communicate with. Now, dual comms, not for everybody, but a few of our 1/6s have started to go through and move in that direction. Particularly because just, again, we're a very mission-oriented Milsim team. Being able to be able to communicate with both higher and our guys at the same time is nothing but beneficial. If you haven't tried dual comms yet, I definitely suggest it. If you want to go through and figure out, where to look into it or how to possibly set that up, you can always go through and message me on Instagram. Now, as for my back, at the moment, my JPC is slick on the back. There's a reason for that. I'll show you guys that here in a minute. However, as for back panel setup, this is what you're going to see from me in particular. Not all of my guys like to run assault panels, and that's fine. Some of them run backpacks, some of them will run slick. It just depends on what they want to do. But for me personally, I will typically carry either 3 flashbangs or 3 smokes back here. Just so that way my guys can get to them whenever they need them. I typically only really need access to 1 or 2, so I don't usually have this, as a problem. If my guys need to get to them, they know where they are. If I'm doing paintball, tank is back here. If I'm doing airsoft, I'll have, miscellaneous stuff back here, such as ammo, snacks, food, whatever. But the tank is pretty much always going to be back here. Now, setup here on the black JPC is typically similar, but the reason for that changing is this. Now, I am in the process of building out a Division Rogue Agent loadout, but kind of doing my own kind of take on it. What I actually use, what would I want to use as a Division agent if, I was put in situations that I was in game. Because I don't necessarily believe in the whole low-vis style of the Division kit, at least in the beginning of the games. But as for my back panel setup here, typically, flashbang pouch, again, this one's just mollied on there. This would either be on the left or the right side, and a separate magazine pouch. Now this, again, it's a buddy mag, primarily. If somebody needs a magazine, somebody's out of ammo, we're in a bad situation, whatever, that would be back there for them to go through and grab at their leisure, as are those flashbang pouches. Now I do have a separate, larger general purpose bag that would mount to the bottom of it. Again, same thing as this one here. It would serve as carrying my tank, carrying food, carrying snacks, whatever else I might need to carry. And this here is a lifesaver. This is a core ice plate. If you are looking for a hydration source that 1 is low profile, 2 won't be too heavy, and 3 will actually keep you very cool in those hotter months, I definitely suggest going through and picking one of those up. If you freeze it, put it on your back, eventually that water will melt, it will keep you cool. That way during those hotter months, such as August, July, whatever, dead of summer basically, you're able to stay cool, you won't fall out due to a heat stroke or anything like that. Now, pairing it with a secondary water source is something that I do suggest, because once that's gone, it's a pain in the ass to fill back up. So pair that with a secondary water source. Make sure you've got plenty of water when you're standing out in the field. Make sure you're getting hydrated. Don't fall out on us. Now, last thing on this particular carrier, my Ferro Concepts here, I've got a Cry Precision side pull. Now, this allows me to obviously have another 2 magazines back here just on my back that I could just pull straight out. And that allows for me to be able to stay on the field that much longer. Being able to have as many magazines as you possibly can on your kit without them getting in the way, without them becoming a burden, without anything becoming a problem, that's what you definitely want to do. Be able to carry as many mags as you can, with as much ammo as you can. That way you're not having to run back to base or to your car on a constant basis. Nobody likes that guy. But again, to kind of go through, wrap up the video here, play carrier setups again, simple. Just make sure that you're setting your carriers up specifically for what you need. For me and my guys, that is leading assault teams, that is leading another 5 guys, directing them to where they need to be. So again, we may run dual comms one day, we may run Blue Force trackers, but of course, the name of the game is you're getting shot at. You're getting shot at, you're shooting back. Have as many mags as you possibly can. Have the sustainment that you need to be able to keep yourself in the fight as long as possible. And again, this is for paintball and airsoft. But that is not to say that some of these principles anyway, some of them, not all of them, some of them do carry over into real steel. Now, typically, again, this is a plate carrier. You can go through and put actual plates in it. If you want to use this for training, like so many of me and my guys do, put dummy plates in them. Put real plates in them. If you want to go through and really, really feel out your kit, you have to train in it. You cannot just go through, buy a plate carrier, set it up, and then just take it out the day of, and then hope that everything goes right. Wear it, train in it, walk around your house in it. Doesn't really matter. Bottom line, make sure your gear works for you, not the other way around. All right, that is all I've got for today. If you guys want to see more informational videos like this, let me know in the comments section below, debating on whether or not I want to go through and do more of these with rifles, with pistols, so on and so forth, potentially maybe even some shooting. But that is it. That is all I've got. Have a good one. Stay zero.